Hi, and I'm live again today. Hi, Pro Coach Sensei D here, Child Development Expert Coach at Solar Studios. So I thought before I jump on and teach my classes today, I want to talk to you about game-based learning. And I want to talk to you about game-based learning on how this can help your child, not just in martial arts, but in everything that they do. And from there, I've also got a special announcement at the end as well for an exclusive new program for our 3 to 4-year-olds. So please do stay tuned and find out some details about that at the end. So before I go any further, if you're on, please obviously say hi, give a comment, say that you're watching. And if you're watching this later on, obviously please give a hi and say hi on there as well. And also, please hit the subscribe button so you'll get an update every time that I go live. So today I want to talk to you about game-based learning, yes, and why it's really, really important. So first of all, game-based learning. The first thing that we think about when we hear the word playing is obviously we think about fun. We think about, having fun with other children, running around, screaming, playing tag, things like that. That is what many of us think when we hear playing. We do not think that playing is helping us learn, when in fact it is. So I want to talk to you about different age ranges, but I want to specifically talk to you today about 5 to 6-year-olds. So play is no luxury, play is a necessity, and I believe in this very, very truly as a child development expert. And I'm going to go a little bit in about our program later about how we use that. But from here, a 5 to 6-year-old, their unique growth period, they refine in their gross motor skills. So we're going to look at 4 different motor skills, 4 different keys of stage of development, So we're going to look at physical, intellectually, emotionally, and socially. So for a 5 to 6-year-old, physically, they lack strength. So most of them lack core strength and they lack physical strength, which obviously affects in other areas that they do. Intellectually, they have a hard time retaining information. So this is basically working on their memory. For emotionally, for a 5 to 6-year-old, they can act really, really silly. Whether they're excited or even when they're nervous, they can act really, really silly. And that's their emotional stage. And socially, they like to be the attention. They like to be the spotlight. They like everyone to, notice me. I want to be a role model. They want to be out there and shine. But they do lack sportsmanship at this early stage of development. So from there, I want to talk to you about how play is important. So I want to take you back, first of all, for when you were learning. So when you were at school and you were, say, learning maths, or let's take it even further back, let's take it to the alphabet. If someone gave you the alphabet and they said, I want you to learn the alphabet, it's A, it's B, it's C, it's D, obviously that can be really, really boring. But in order to make it more creative and to make it stick in our mind, we created the alphabet into a kind of song, which you all remember to this day. Was it A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Yes, you might get them mixed up a little bit if you were like me when I was younger. But made it into a song, which made that learning really easy. So obviously when it comes to doing English and maths, you already had that kind of background there. Let's take it even further into your education. For example, when you did French or geography or whatever you did, so I'm going to look at French when I was at school and I did French. From there, I was taught how to say left and right in different directions. Now, if they had given me a piece of paper and said to me, read this, how many do you think who read it would have retained that information? Or how many do you think who did it in a creative way would retain that information? So we did it creatively in our classes, which I was very, very grateful for my teacher, my coach at school, happened to be really creative. We did it with drama, so we acted it out, and we also did it with music and dance, which was really good. So I learned how to say directions left and right. So it was like, la boîte, c'est moi. And to this day, I retain that information. Even though I don't need it, I still retain that information. And why? Because it was game-based learning. They made it creative, basically, to learn. It's like your times tables. If you make it into a song, you remember, you learn it. Remember when you learn how to do the north, east, south, west? I learned it as never eat shredded wheat. And it helps me to this day as well. I myself am actually dyslexic and I have dyspraxia. And being a creative learner, coaches who put creative learning in, game-based learning, actually helped me develop and actually helped me learn. Where if I was put into an environment where it was just read, yes, I would get some information, but it wouldn't help me develop at my stage to help me and create a better me. So that's how. So in our martial arts, we put game-based learning in. And how we do that is we've got many different things. Obviously, we have lots and lots of different equipment. And it is not only teaching them the martial arts skill that they need, it's also teaching them development. So they're working on their physical, they're working on emotional, and I'm going to show you a few things in a minute. And they're also working on not only their skill, but they're working on the whole process. And it's all from game-based learning. So I want to ask you, if you're watching this right now, or if you're watching this later, do comment. I want you to comment, what was your worst subject at school? I don't mean what you were bad at, like say if you did English and you had dyslexia and you couldn't spell very well. I want you to know, what did you find hard at school? I mean, not hard, sorry. What did you find boring at school? And then I want to ask you, why did you find that boring? Was it the way that it was taught? So imagine when you're younger and you're going through the whole process through school, and how did you find it was taught? So for me, my favorite subject was art. Why? Because it was creative. Not only art, but science as well. Why? Because it was game-based learning. We got to play miniature games to help us understand about the flow of electricity and how the solar system worked and all these different things. In English, we did acting to help us understand how to use different pronunciations and all those different things. And it was all game-based learning. And that is where we need to look at how children learn today, especially the younger age. If you can help a child from 3 to 4, 5 to 6 learning through play, they're having fun, having a fantastic time. They're going to retain that information more because they see that experience as something as good, and therefore they're going to obviously they want to keep that memory, so they're going to retain that information. But if you make something really dull and boring, like me or you, it's not going to retain it. So if someone started talking to me about politics, I would switch off. Why? Because I find it boring, because someone is rambling on, and it's going through one ear and out the other, and I might pick up little pieces here and there, but that's it. It's kind of like the Britex. I haven't got a clue. But if you made it more gameplay, then I would understand it. So if you were like saying, right, pretend you're this, pretend you're that, we're doing this, we're doing that, and I would actually start to get the information and start to enjoy it. And that's what I'm talking about, game-based learning to help children learn. So from that, I want to go and look at physical development. So I want to help anyone who has a child that struggles with balance. So here at Solar Studios, in our Kids Only studio, we work on 4 key stages of development: physical, intellectually, emotionally, socially, all unique for their age ranges. As I've mentioned, the 5 to 6 year olds, they lack obviously physical strength. So we work on their core, which if you've seen my other blog and my other video that I did, I showed you how we build up core strength, how we work on that for that age, instead of just going straight into sit-ups, because they can't do that because they lack that. So we need to work on that. So today I want to talk to you about balance. So I'm not saying this is just for martial arts. Balance obviously helps children in a lot of ways. It helps them with their focusing, with their listening. If you have dyspraxia, like I do, it helps with the balance of your ears. It helps them in other sports. It helps them in everything that they do, and also helps them a lot in martial arts. So here I want to show you how you can build up strength for your child that struggles with balance. So you don't have to have any of these pads. Obviously, I'm just going to use a pad. So I've got my pad here and I've got another pad here. But from there, you can actually use a pillow at home or a cushion. It all does the same. So what I find with teaching children when it comes to balance, like I said, I'm going to show you how we put this into play in a minute, how it's game-based learning. What I find is they are lacking the ankle strength here. So obviously we all know where ankle is. They're lacking the strength here. They're also lacking the muscle development in their leg to keep it up nice and high. So if you ask, especially 3 to 4 or 5 to 6, to lift up their leg like this, so I have to turn to the side, lift up their leg like this and do loads of kicks, bang, 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 bang. Obviously that child at that age is going to find it really difficult. It's not the fact that they don't understand how balancing works, it's simply the fact due to their muscle strength in their leg here and the development in their ankles. So we need to help strengthen that, which is going to help them in other activities as well. So how we do that? We do it in play. So we're not doing little exercises to help them, we're going to put it through play. So not only does the child have fun learning the skill, they're also getting better and stronger legs and ankle strength to help them in other things. So if they enjoy ice skating and so forth, it's going to help them in that as well. And also it's loads of fun. So what we do, get a pad. Put the pad on the floor and get your child to stand on it. So from here it can be a pillow, it can be a cushion. So get your child to stand on it like so. And from there they're going to lift up one leg. And as you can see, you're going to wobble, whoa, whoa, like that. Because what's happening is when your foot is on something that moves, the ankle is moving, it's doing this. Yeah. So the ankle is moving, doing this. And this is actually strengthening this ankle here when it's moving. So what we do is get a cushion or a pillow, get them to stand in it, get them to hold it, see how long they can hold it for. Then we just start adding in some kicks, see if they can kick. And then we can obviously go into something even harder, something that wobbles even more, so it's like, whoa, and they're concentrating. So how can you make this game play? Well, I have a fantastic game that we call Splat that we use in our studio here. The children absolutely love this. So not only are they working on their physical development by getting stronger legs, stronger ankle strength, they're working on keeping their back up nice and straight and focusing forward instead of leaning forward and leaning to the side. Not only are they working on that, they're also having social fun as well because they're working with other students. Emotionally, they're happy, they're fun, they're enjoying it. And intellectually, they're helping them retain this information because they're enjoying this experience. So what we do is we've got a game called Splat. So we get a pad, so you can do it on a pillow, you can do it on a bed, there's so many different things you do. We get the student to balance on one of these, working on all those things I've just said, and we keep kicking. When I yell splat, boom, the child has to jump down as fast as they can, and they splat on top of their pad or their pillowcase, as fast as they can. And then they say get back up, and then practice it again. So that is game-based learning. So to the child, it is absolutely fun. They love it. They try and beat us, the coaches, as fast as they can. They try and get as many kicks as they can. So they're working on their physical development, like I said, getting those legs nice and strong and so forth. So that is how you can implement game with learning, because playing is not just playing. Playing is a necessity to help learn. It helps them with their memory. It helps them with so many different things. So that's just one of the things that we do here at Solent Studios with our Kids Only Studio. Like I said, there's many different games that we play. It's really exciting. It's completely different. It's not just come up to a bag and let's just do some kicks. So it's not just come up and just go, and then off you go to the next one. Because you're not learning anything. Yes, you might be learning the martial arts skill. You might be learning that. But are they benefiting? What is the point at the end of it? To get a black belt? Well, fantastic. But from there, we want to offer children more. We want to give them the stage of development. We want to give them development skills to help to become the best that they can. And through martial arts that we're using as a tool, we are doing this through play. Yes! So what I want you to do, guys, is comment below. What was your worst subject at school? And why was it your worst subject at school? Was it boring? And do you agree with gameplay? Because I certainly do. Not only is it fun for the coaches, it's absolutely fun for the students as well to retain that information. So really quickly, I want to quickly tell you about my 3 to 4-year-old program before I get the studio ready for my basic skills coming in. 3 to 4-year-old program, exclusive new program for 10 students only, starts in April. So yet again, we're going to be working on development stages skills for this age range. So we're going to be helping with coordination, with catching skills, all these different things. Because a 3 to 4-year-old is completely different to a 5 to 6-year-old. So we're going to work on their stages development through martial arts as a tool and fun and games. So if you're interested, pop a comment below, just give it a heart, and my team will forward you a link with the details of our course that starts in April. It's a 1-month course, and all those who do as well, you're also going to get starter kit included, which will be official uniform, a tee, boxing gloves, and everything your child needs to become the best version of themselves. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do check out our YouTube channel at Solo Martial Arts. And also we've got Solo Hub online, where I talk about different stages of development, fitness stuff on there. There's self-defense from different coaches and many different things. So stay tuned. I'll pop a link below where you can have a look. Thanks so much. Please give us a like, give it a heart, give it a share, and join in the conversation. I'd love to have a chat with you all, and I'll talk to you really soon. I'm Coach Sensei D. Thanks for your time. Watch out for the next video, and don't forget to subscribe on here somewhere. I'm not sure where, but on Facebook somewhere. You can click it, and you can, every time I go live, it can ping up and let you. Also, watch out for the next one, so please do subscribe, because I'm going to give you the opportunity to get a one-to-one free exclusive taster session with me, and I'll go through your child's stage of development and see how we can help your child. So stay tuned for the next one next week. Coach D, chat to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.